Hey, welcome to Black Amethyst Oracle. This is Carmen. Today I am going to do 3 readings, 3 collective energy groups, and maybe you will find yourself in one of these. I am looking at silver linings. If you have been going through, or recently gone through, or currently going through anything dark, negative, upsetting, gray, we're going to look at what is available to you energetically to, look forward to call in, to move toward. This is a very spiritual, very open reading. I'm inspired by 6 of Swords energy, and I'll be using for all 3 readings the MUSE deck. I think it's one of the more positive decks I've ever seen, and I just decided to use it for all 3 today. So this is their 6 of, they say voices, but it's swords, 6 of Swords. And I just so happen to have a second MUSE deck because I'm a freak and sometimes I like little things. And I pulled up the Ace of Cups, which is the Ace of Emotions in the MUSE Tarot, and these are what we're looking for. Moving on energy, moving toward better energy, looking for the silver linings, finding that love, filling your cup back up, etc. So I'll be using the 2 of those decks to look at the dark energy and then to look at the light energy around you, available to you, and all that. I'm going to insert a little video. I just shuffled and drew these, and I'm going to speed it up and just put it in after this. And with each card, you get a very quick glimpse. And my idea is that maybe it'll be a little subliminal, and maybe something will catch your eye, if not these stones. I really didn't absorb much of what I saw myself, so as I get into each group, we will really find out what's going on. But it just seems like an interesting new way to try. So if you want to watch that video, see what these cards are, just real quick glimpses of those, feel free. If you would like to skip ahead, I'll also insert a still photo of this so that you can just look and meditate on these 3 as you see them now. The first group being Tiger's Eye, the second being Septarian, and the third, Black Moonstone. Okay? All right. See you soon. Hi, group 1. You chose the Tiger's Eye. And these were the oracles you may or may not have watched being drawn. I was asking about emergent energy for you, basically the silver lining, the great love. And this is amazing. And I will say this particular Dirt Gems oracle card is about healing messages right now and what's kind of needed, the healing element and the fix, right? And this is about confronting your shadow and the darker blockages or hindrances that sort of like recur in your connections and your relationships and in your life and your pursuit of happiness because of things that just haven't been dealt with. It's in the book. It's called The Loving Confronter, and it's basically like calling your own self out, you know, and like this need for soothing shadow work, you know, like we hear about it a lot, but it seems to be present. So maybe you have been or are going through a situation where you're really facing, I've sensed with much strength, that it's time to prioritize yourself and your needs and be honest with yourself and others about what those are. That is a collective energy I've been feeling and seeing around for a little bit now. I know we've been in a retrograde period here at the time of recording, but whenever you find this, if that feels like where you are, then this might be for you. However, I don't know what tarot's going to say, and sometimes there's something to be puzzled, you know, out, and I don't know. So the first thing I would like to do is use the smaller MUSE deck and just get a look at the heavy, darker energy that you may have been experiencing or are experiencing. So talk to me about Group 1's recent or current darkness. That's the Queen of Pentacles, King of Cups, Ten of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, Death. Is that fitting? No, it's not. I don't know how I want to do this. I'm going to put it right here. Okay. So what I'm getting in this darkness energy is an ending, but never forget a chance for renewal for you. We have a Queen of Pentacles and a King of Cups, and we have a over here with the Queen of Pentacles, we have a 10. And so there's just this much love, much intention, much, hope for, I believe, a stable, committed relationship and or situation. And then over here we have a King of Cups, and this is the kicker, the Knight of Wands. So I feel like we've got a person who really wanted to kind of settle. And although I mean that in a not negative way, I assure you, you would have been settling, because this person over here is, while they do have emotions, they're not giving them freely. You know, they're not really necessarily ready to expend their own heart space, expand their heart space, expend their love, right? And then this particular Knight of Wands just speaks to me of someone who just wants to be free, who wants to play. So if that's your situation, let's keep going. If it's not, I'm not sure that's the thing about these really wildly specific ones. We don't really know, do we? Okay, so even with my new big table, do I have enough space? Not really. I guess I could pull the camera out more, back more. Let me see. Would that be totally annoying? I apologize for my renovation during your reading. Sorry about the glare as well. I could turn the light up. Let me see if it's better. Thank you for your patience. That's better, isn't it? Okay, very sorry. Better, but not best. Whatever, you can see. All right, let's get into the silver lining here. Let's look at what is available to you. What kind of energy do you need to feel and be aware of right now, in case you're not? Tiger's Eye. We have a, oh yeah, 10 of Swords right here. Ten of Swords. That's okay. Sorry. That's closing it up, accepting and ending, getting closure. There's the 10 of Materials again, the 10 of Pentacles. And I just want to tell you, because you have it down here, what you're wanting, a stable relationship, I believe, is what you're wanting. Something that is grounded, something that continues to grow and be abundant and comfortable. That is what you want. And in this situation, as long as you remember to remain true to that, remain true to yourself, what you genuinely want. You know, you may have been tempted by, you know, something very alluring and appealing over here. I mean, a King of Cups and a Knight of Wands, what a smooth operator. But we have for you, your true desire is not to play games, is not to be an option. Like, you are interested in something more, something real. And so that truth for you and letting go of the things that are only blocking the good from coming in is certainly leading you. Like holding on to that truth and remaining true to yourself and what you truly want and need is getting you there. You know, having to let go of things that are not it. It's not easy, and you know, it's disappointing, but you're doing it and you see it happening. You see yourself standing up for yourself. We have a Tiger's Eye here. This is fierce protection energy that you are using on your own, you know, for your own good and protecting your own self, I feel. We have a Page of Swords. You need communication. You need someone in your sphere, in your circle, in your environment, your space, your energy. You need the person you're with to be someone who's genuinely interested in you for your thoughts and your ideas and your, you know, who wants to communicate with you and doesn't leave you hanging and waiting and wondering and is very clear and intentional. You know, someone who wants to get to know you and appreciates, you know, is driven by that desire because they're genuinely, truly interested in finding the same thing as you. And they find you as, they see that something sets you apart and they're curious about that energy. They want to know what it is about you that is so appealing to them, and they want to, like, I just get like they want to just like, I don't they want to like break you down, but I don't mean in a bad way. Like, they want to just like really like investigate you, you know, like this is something that is available to you, a person who sees you for this sort of multifaceted, interesting person. And Six of Wands, they kind of see you as somebody worthy of like a lot of respect. And this person is someone who has a lot of consideration for others, and a lot of a person of their word, a lot of integrity. So this is available to you. This is what you're wanting and hoping for, and it is it's there, it's around. Queen of Cups. You have so much quality love to give. You have so much care and nurture, and anyone would be lucky to receive that. But the trick is you have to find, yourself connected with people that appreciate that, and some people just aren't in a place to be loved, and some people aren't in a place to look at themselves and see how they're operating. And you already are. You're already somebody who's aware. You know that because you already sense that giving up this situation, letting it go, just finding some peace with it, you already know that that is in your best interest, and you are practicing a lot of love toward yourself now that maybe in the past it's been harder. So, with this, we spoke about this, I talked about this black cohosh and this, calling your own self out, right? It feels like you're in a place of really getting to know, really naming your needs, and really just, rather than holding on to these like fairy tale ideas and being really seduced by attraction, you're understanding there has to be so much more, or you're wasting your time and you're not interested in doing that anymore. So, gosh, this is just, when I think about this right now, and I think about so many messages in life that I have seen supporting you right now in this idea, it really makes me feel there's a lot of collective energy, particularly feminine energy. Go figure, I just connect with it. But like, that is really just being like, I need more, and my needs matter, and I feel like, let me go on my thing. All right. So like, as far as feminine stuff goes, and I'm sorry if you're not, and this offends you, but, it's not meant to. There is a training in the society that basically tries to gear feminine people toward nurture and toward taking care of everyone. And yes, that is deeply rooted within us to be that. It's part of the maternal energy that exists within us. And yes, men can have this. They do have this. I did a reading yesterday where there's a seahorse, and I talked about this. But like, we're so conditioned to give as females, feminine in this society, that we have to basically like confront all of our training and re-educate ourselves about what our actual purpose is here. I mean, I don't want to get into stuff too deep with that, but because I have a lot of thoughts and ideas, obviously, like I always do. But for real, I see the beauty of what you have been going through or have gone through, or are going through. The beauty is you're coming out with so much love for yourself and your own needs, and care for yourself and your own needs, and concern that you're getting what you need for it feels like a level up, you know, like it feels like even if you've done that before, this is just taking it even farther, because you really want, Ten of Pentacles showed up twice here. You really want that companionship and relationship and family dynamic. Like you want that stability and dependability and reliability. You know, you it's right here. You want that connectedness. You want it, and this expands out to, you know, not just in the home, certainly majorly home energy, but also in you know, community. Like you are probably coming into a place of just having so much more feeling toward, or more appreciation for the ways in which we help each other. Quite possibly you've been someone who was more of a loner at times, or mostly, you know, I'm not sure. That's going to vary. But, you know, this otter energy is really related to what I'm talking about. You really just want to, there's a part of you that wants life to be good and wants, you know, to have a good time and to make the best of everything, and to really celebrate with your kindred spirits, and to have close family units. Like, I mean, like when you look at otters in nature, a really common thing that you'll see is the way they form little chains and hold little hands. Oh my God. They hold on to each other. So like, especially the moms, like hold the babies when they're floating, because they don't want to float away from each other. And I think you crave that. You crave it. And this is emergent energy. It is coming. Okay. If this is the cloud, this is the sun coming up above it. And this is the sunshine, you know, just the silver that is happening. This is what I want you to know. You have the Lover here. You're not asking for anything more than beauty. And that is, what are we here for if we can't, as sentient humans, experience just sheer beauty? Like, we have complex minds that can truly appreciate and be amazed by what we feel and what we see. And you know, in this particular Lover card, of course there's a swan, which is, you know, very much about reflection and, you know, grace and beauty, of course. But and normally when I see a swan, I hone in on the reflection piece. But I'll be honest with you, right now, this is screaming Bjork at me. If you're familiar with her wearing the swan dress many years ago at some sort of event. And it just reminds me of, oh, I just got chills. It reminds me of, if you are a fan of hers, you know. If you're not, maybe dive into her lyrics and her music. This is a person who has complete sensuality and love and awe for everything, for art, for nature, for music, for sound, for senses, for you know, textures and colors. And she's a beautiful artist. And like, this is a silver lining for you, is that awareness, those open eyes, you know, and that open heart. And it can feel scary when your heart is so open and you're so excited about finding anything that will be good and mutual and abundant, and sharing and having like just a good time and a big party, right? I mean, I feel that in both of these. But, you know, of course, it's easy for you know, people with less hearty intentions to come in and want that energy from you. You radiate, you shine love and openness. And there are unfortunately so many people in this world who will come in to take advantage of that and take it for granted. And, you know, they are just not on your level. And, you know, you can, there's nothing you can do to put them there, you know. They may not ever get there. The important thing that you do is look out for your beautiful energy. It's weird because I decided to make this a silver lining reading today. I think because it's so gray here, it's coming, it's cold. I'm like, oh God, here we go. But I like sunshine and I live in the Pacific Northwest. But I decided to make, like, I wanted just something positive. I wanted to look for something positive. All the things. But I almost did the reading on protecting your energy. And I feel that that is actually present here for you. This need to, is essentially that. Protect your energy. Protect your energy from those with, you know, less awareness or less, you know, good intentions. Anything that doesn't serve you. And you hear it over and over. But let this be a confirmation. If this is something that you've been going through, you saw me pull the cards out. What, you know, like, this is what it is. And I know it's specific, and I know that it could apply for a lot of people. I know it applies to me. So I'm feeling good. Oh, I'm feeling strong. Shall we go some more? Or should I get some other kind of cards? What are we gonna do? Why don't I, silver lining, silver lining. Let's see. I'm gonna pull out my ecliptic playing cards just for a little bit more about silver lining. Are these right up? Because, you know, with these, there's a heavy astrological influence in this particular deck. And I love analyzing that. I love it, analyzing astrological stuff. So let's just see what happens. Let me ask a question. What does group 1 need to know most right now about finding the silver lining? 4 of Cups. That's the indifference and the disappointment. 6 of Wands, same as right here. If you've been disappointed by someone that you put on a pedestal, someone that you thought was like possibly like your equal match, if you have been disappointed because you feel you've been undervalued or taken for granted, 8 of Swords. If you feel that you've been stuck and you know, didn't know, maybe you were afraid to make a choice, or maybe you were just in a situation where you're constantly sort of waiting for someone to realize what you were and what you had, what they had, the opportunity that they had. And there's the Knight of Cups. Cancerian energy on this card. This is, you know, the silver lining here is that you will feel love again, and you will feel romance again, and there is more to come. It's just so simple. Ace of Swords would be, you know, there's clarity coming in about what you have and what you want and what you need and who's who and what's what. there's major growth happening for you in that awareness of what it is that would be right. It's, you know, knowing what is right. And the Five of Cups, talking about the loss and the sadness. What does group 1 need to know to release that? We have a Seven of Cups. Don't give up on your, you know, your dreams of love and beauty, and don't let go of that part of you that wishes for something good, because you're bringing it in. It's just a matter of sifting, unfortunately, through, you know, some of these energies that appear that are less than honorable. And you have a Knight of Wands. Watch out for those. This is the Knight of Wands. Watch out. Try to steer clear of more of that player energy. Try to, you know, just be mindful that you're very attractive in your energy, and open and giving and loving, and there are just people who are very seductive, and they seem like a lot of fun, but just use that discernment here with this Ace of Wands here. I want one more about group 1's silver lining, what's happening, what's coming in. And this is the Six of Swords, which is the theme of our reading. That is moving on. You are definitely 100% moving on toward better days. There are smoother seas, smooth sailing ahead. Just keep moving toward that sun, you know, like don't be afraid to just keep trudging along, and like it'll get easier. It's coming, it's getting easier. I think that's a beautiful card for this to end on. It is the purpose of the reading. You will be, you know, when I talk about emergent energy, because I don't like to try to get too far into future stuff, I'm talking about like really upon you. So this isn't if you're hung up still, it's not going to last long. There's something here to support you moving on. Oh, I didn't get to thread, did I? I don't think I did. I'm not sure if I mentioned it or not, but that is maybe I did. That is like a you know, your connectedness to all that you really deserve, and your you know, what should I say, like your, you know, you have support and bonds, you know, that are essential, that are ahead for you. Okay. Yeah, you've got a good thing happening. Don't even sweat it. Their loss. All right. See you later. Hi to group 2. You chose the septarian or dragonstone. Very grounding, super grounding healer. Helps release fear, which is actually really interesting, because your oracle cards are, you know, I love the way these come together. Like if you watch the video, like the drawing, the shuffling, the drawing, it is what it is. And, you know, the last group, they just we're perfect together. And here, same. And the next one I've yet to really take a look at, except beyond the shuffling that you saw in the video, if you watched that. So, you know, I think in the last video, I just went ahead into the reading and pulled these oracle messages in, which I may do, but I just want to say off the bat that this feels like you are, this is emergent energy questions and healing energy questions. So it just feels like you may be facing the very obvious, the shadow. You have the shadow there. You may be having to really just finally deal with some things that were potentially, and you may have been in denial about. And here we have absolutely, your awareness, your clarity is becoming a more prevalent factor in your acknowledgement of who you are and, you know, what you want and need. And then we have, you know, the starfish is about beauty in the book, you know, but I also know some other things about starfish. One of them is that they're regenerative. And this is, you know, you just having the absolute ability to cut your losses and just regrow, you know, like if you lop off, if a starfish loses a point or whatever those are, it'll grow again. And see, the thing is, I get the feeling that it's possible you may have been afraid to let go of a lot of stuff. You think of starfish, you know, in the lower tides, you know, they're in the tide pool. They're graspers, they're grippers. They move, you know, attached to things, you know. So there may have been, you know, things that you've been having a difficult time releasing or letting go of. And you seem to be coming into an awareness of, you know, that itself and into the strength and supported ability to let it go and trust that you will grow again and you will thrive and be fine. Catnip is a soothing herb, and cats love it because it's kind of like valerian, you know, which is like Valium, you know, it's tranquil. I'll just say that. You know, if you have a tea with catnip in it, it's very calming. So it just feels like for you, the darker gray energy may have involved anxiety, fear-based feelings that aren't good is what I'm getting, you know, like for the reason you would need catnip. Fear in shadow. When we confront fear, when we feel fear, when we react to situations, it's stuff in our depths, you know. So I get a real good feeling here that you're coming into just a place of ultimate awareness about, you know, what you need to do for yourself. And it's not always easy work, but we'll get into this reading a little bit more. The first thing I'm going to do is use the smaller MUSE deck, which I've already cleared, but I'm going to give it a couple more shuffles for group 2. Group 2. I'm going to just get some cards about kind of what's, oh, sorry. Oh my goodness. You know, I don't always take them, but it felt so incredibly relevant. Let's see. It's a Tower. Yeah. All right. This first row is your gray cloud energy. You know, the dark energy that we're gonna find the silver lining in. What's been going on or what's going on. 4 of Swords. I'm gonna put that into this catnip. Ooh, okay, hold on. There's a whole bunch of stuff that just stopped me. Hold on. 10 of Cups. Your happiness was interrupted. You're definitely in a place of needing to take care of yourself. There's the Hermit doing it. I'm going to put it over here with this Four of Swords. Yeah, you may be in a real paused, pulled back energy due to something that rocked your world and interrupted your peace. And we have a Six of Pentacles. Yeah. So over here, you have a Ten of Cups and a Six of Pentacles. That is beautiful, happy, feeling good energy. That's the Ten of Cups is the happy ending. Maybe you were in a situation that you thought was really going well and super great. You know, and then the Six of Pentacles speaks about like, it's one of my favorite cards. It's like, it speaks about like, just this generosity and sharing and reciprocity. Reciprocity, one of my favorite words. I think of Lauryn Hill and talking about reciprocity in the song X Factor. And so this is happiness in a largely related to relationships. It doesn't have to be, you know. I feel sorry for anybody who's not dealing with relationships and watches any of these readings and is like, why does it always have to be about this? It's because that's what really draws a lot of people in here. Unfortunately, you know, that's the way it is. We're all like struggling with our hearts and our love lives and stuff, and this energy sort of floats around in our community, and it's like I've talked about recently, it's very prevalent in these readings because this is who's watching this stuff. So, and looking for it, you know, subscribing to it. Yeah, so, you know, we're looking at peace being, you know, peace and happiness and a good feeling, a good back and forth, a good exchange, something that felt, you know, you're giving, you're getting, like something really good, and something interrupting that. This tower, a shakeup, a breakdown, a radical change, and then now here in this energy of going within, pulling away from people, possibly spending more time alone, like really trying to figure your shit out, like Four of Swords, resting, thinking about everything, thinking about, and you know, I don't get as much of a feeling of like thinking about what you lost, and I don't know why this song keeps coming up, Play, Dream, or what? The Fleetwood Mac song that's like what you had and what you lost. You know, I think when there is any sort of break in a connection, there's this period of thinking about what you had and what you lost, and like kind of romanticizing the best parts of it. And I get the feeling that you're kind of have already, this may not be true, but that you may have already kind of like gone through that, and you're like less romanticizing them and now more focused on you, which is great, okay? Because you've got a lot of healing support coming in and clarity and what's the word? Inspiration, really, to heal and to face the parts of yourself that you need to work on, so that in the future your peace is your peace and other people are less empowered to shake you up and affect you. I mean, we're all loving creatures, and there's always pain, and people can always get in and hurt you. People you love, people you're friends with, people you're family with that you'll still love. And it's easy to have, you know, the rug ripped out from under you in any of these types of relationships where you're just like really questioning everything. You know, this could be, even if it's not a relationship, which if anybody is, if it's not, I don't know how they got this far, but if you did, this could be something like that. It could be a relationship that was friend or family that has really disrupted your peace and has you really thinking about yourself. Maybe somebody kind of called you out on some shit that you do, or they say you do this all the time. You do this all the time. And you're like, why do I do this all the time? That's a possibility here. All right, so I want to look now. If that feels like something you've been going through, I want to look now. Gosh, I wish I had really caught that sooner, because I'm afraid I may have lost people who aren't in relationship struggle. But there's certainly, definitely, it doesn't have to be romantic. It really doesn't here. I think that there will be people falling into this group who also have other relationships that have been upset lately. Group 2, silver lining. We have the Queen of Materials. I'm going to put that right here. That's the Queen of Pentacles, by the way. And that is, you know, I'm trying to not say everything that comes to my mind. Because, I don't know, I guess we feel, or I feel careful when it comes to talking about queens, kings, sex, gender. Like, I get kind of tired of trying to make it all like okay and correct, because none of it, I haven't seen a single person on here that I believe has a problem with anything. And I just, like, you know, I want to talk about a Queen of Pentacles, and I don't want to have to explain everything every time. And anyway, take it or leave it. I feel here you have in your silver lining, before I even get more cards, which is not how I was trying to do this, certainly some nurturing energy, self-nurturing energy, remothering yourself, mothering yourself, mother wounds, etc. Right here under the catnip, the soothing, and the star. Hold hope for your brilliance is not lost, and no matter how deep within you go, or how much you pull back and pull away, you're starfish. You are still radiating something special, something strong. You have a lot of strength, but hope is not lost. You are connected to spiritual guidance that will help see you through. I'm literally feeling you in hermit energy. You know how the hermit traditionally has the dude with the lantern in the dark? This particular mode that you've been in, or are in, is your light. You know how, like, there's the lantern and that's like seeing the way? You're gonna see the starlight. You know, you're gonna find the guiding star, the true north. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna connect with something spiritually. And that's going to vary. I don't know. I can't possibly know everybody's spiritual connections here. You're going to connect with something in your spiritual realm, your spiritual team, that is going to be your guiding light. If you haven't already. Silver lining for 2. Page of Voices. This came up in the last one. I'm going to put this here. Page of Voices, Page of Swords, you know. You're gonna have, this is interesting, because I really see this, she's got her glasses and she's looking, she's curious. And this, you know, this really speaks about your, up here with this eye card. You are, you know, coming in for you, emergent energy, silver lining energy for you is you give a shit. You like to know how and why. About yourself, about other people. You may be interested in, you know, the psychology of everything, you know, like involving humans. So like you know, coming in for you is this wide-eyed awareness and interest in finding out seeing what's in your shadow and seeing what is hurting you over and over again, possibly. See what cycles need to be broken and see how to do it. Guiding light. Silver lining for 2. The moon. Put that here. I got a lot of pressure on this middle card. So yeah, this moon is the truth being revealed. Look at this big, beautiful, bright, pink, full moon. This is you seeing so, you know, clearly, having the illumination. And it's interesting because I've talked about this hermit and this darkness and this star. And here this moon it's all dark, and then the moon is what brings the illumination. And so there's a lot of vision into the shadow for you. Vision into the shadow, vision, illumination, guiding light. There's just for you, if you've been wondering where that is, it's happening, it's on the way. You can't miss it. You can't miss it. Clues abound for you. Strength, reserves of strength and knowledge about how to do this exist deep within you, and you're going to be able to access them with the help of your spiritual team. It feels like this is a very deep healing reading. There's a lot of healing that needs to happen deep inside. There's definitely that, like I said, there's this feeling of these like mother wounds, you know. All right, this is a lot of pressure. Tell me about this silver lining for group 2. Oh, you guys, are you shitting me? It's the 2 of Cups. Oh, I just got chills. Do you think it's an accident or a coincidence that I saved the big whammy, the big middle position, the big silver lining to this tower for this card? Do you think that that's just random, or do you believe? Because I believe in my readings. I believe in guidance, and I believe in synchronicity. And I'm just here to tell you that the silver lining to whatever you've been through, whatever the shakeup was, this breakdown, whatever disturbed your peace and your good vibes and your good energy and your giving sweetness, whatever shook that, whatever sent you into solitude and pause and reflection, whatever it is, you will be, in your silver lining here, you will be receiving the ultimate connection, the bond, the spiritual love. You know, and again, I'm sorry for anybody who's not here for romance. I really am. And you can just make it work for yourself, take out the gushy stuff. But like, I get the feeling you're at a place of just like being unwilling to be blinded to the truth, or you know, like, you can't fool me, is what I just heard. Like, you can't fool me. Like, just really just aware and intuitive. You know, this moon, you know, yes, we're talking about the vision and the illumination into the shadow work that needs to happen, and the fears inside of you that need to be calmed and addressed, and the knowingness that when you break off, you know, parts of yourself, you will grow again, fresh new parts. It's beautiful. Remothering yourself and finding the spiritual mothers inside of you, the spiritual goddesses. I just got a huge chill thinking about this, so I'm gonna do it. I didn't do it in the last one, but I reserve the right to do whatever I want in my reading. So, like, I'm gonna pull out this goddess deck, and I want to just look at your oh my gosh, I have so many chills. I want to look at your mothering, your remothering energy for your inner child, for your darker, you know, fears that lie in shadow inside of you, and prevent you from necessarily having the bliss and peace that you deserve. Like something that rears its head, and you're gonna call it out, and you're gonna be fearless. And there's an archetype of a goddess who's gonna hopefully be a guide for you. I don't know. There's a lot of different cards in this deck that wouldn't work. I'm trusting. Who is the goddess archetype for group 2 to guide through mother wounds, type of healing, you know, nurture-based healing. Okay, we'll take this one. All right. Allow me to read, because I don't know this one. I know a lot of the, the Greek, some of the Nordic and Welsh or whatever, but not all of them. This is beautiful. Look at that. Oh. This is white shell woman. White shell or white bead woman, also called turquoise woman and abalone woman. So you may need turquoise or abalone shell. It's sometimes said to be a younger version of changing woman. White is the color of dawn and of the east. White shell woman, the creator and sustainer of life, created the Navajo people and sent them their home. As gifts, she gave them shells, which became corn and other food-bearing plants. She gave them the animals. She gave them the gifts of rain and beautiful flowers. With the sun, oh my God, I'm gonna cry. She is the mother of killer of enemies and child of the water, the dual protectors of the people from their enemies. So basically she mated with the sun and had these protective children. A Navajo chant says, "All things around me are restored in beauty." It is because of White Shell Woman that this is so, and it is because of her teachings that we can experience the exquisite harmony that comes from being alive on this beautiful earth. So, sorry to be incredibly emotional. I felt that, and I hope you did too, and I hope that there's something you can get from this. Changing woman, this is beautiful. So her children are protectors. There's a lot of protection and a lot of protection from fear in septarian stone, dragon stone. Dragons are protectors, actually. This is also called dragonstone. Dragons are in Welsh mythology or maybe real time. They are protectors. And I feel I just send you strength. That's really it, you know. I want to give you more. I gave the last group a whole nother set of little cards with another message, so I'm going to do the same for you. I just think I might do it a little bit differently. Healing. I'm really excited about your, you know, I know I just got all crazy and stuff, but I'm really excited about your love coming in. I really am. I'm going to just go with this Animal Spirits deck because Susan Sidon-Belay, this artist who did this, what a beautiful card. Ugh. I love her work. I think for you, and everything that I've gotten, I'm just feeling more like giving you messages in a different way than the first group, and I'm feeling really connected. Let's ask this. I'm gonna keep this out all day. White Shell Woman. Navajo, if you want to check her out. What is the White Shell Mother? What animal messages can she bring about the solar linings for group 2? This is Dolphin. Life, feminine energy, and sexuality. I always associate dolphins with communication, intelligence, and playfulness. But I really appreciate that this card is saying life, feminine energy, and sexuality. I just get a real strong feeling that for you, you don't have to be feminine in order to feel this, but I believe there's a reclaiming coming. Reclaiming of your power. It may be the initial claiming. Can I have another animal message for group 2? Silver linings. We have Tiger. There's your power. Primal power, creation, sexuality, and perception. Tiger is absolutely about power and protection. And we just talked about protection here with these. And if you're going to do shadow work with your eyes wide open, and you're going to be fearless and list the tiger. You know, I use a lot of animal symbolism, and tiger happens to be my favorite animal. And I don't mean spiritually. I have other connections that I'm more connected to. I love all the big cats. Tigers just kill me. I don't know what it is. They're just amazing. There's something about them aesthetically, like, it makes my heart, like, explode. But what I do when I'm using animal spirit energy is, you know, just have them around. Make it your lock screen, an image, you know. I probably have a phone full of tigers, actually. You know, if you have a little figurine or a stuffed animal or, you know, anything that you have that can just sort of subconsciously remind you of that protective energy. And I think it's interesting that both of these had sexuality mentioned. Yep, they both did. You may want to, you know, if you feel like it, you could explore some sex magic stuff. I'm not going to get into that, but if you feel like it, you may be in a position right now of really utilizing that portal. It's sort of an orgasmic portal. But I don't think you have to do a lot in order to receive this that you are receiving. One last animal. You have a dolphin, you have a tiger. wolf, creation, healing, purification. Wolf is also instinct, loyalty, tribe, you know, brotherhood. It's also knowing your people and your kindred and your spirits. And also, but you know, for this particular card, creation, healing, and purification, definitely healing going on. So much healing, and purifying is healing. So beautiful. So yeah, if any of those feel particularly good to you, dolphin, tiger, wolf, I would recommend calling them in, having them around, and using that to go into your this awareness and this illumination that you're experiencing, so that you can get the most from it and feel protected and guided. And anyway, really lovely, and I'm excited about your Two of Cups coming. Thank you. Hey, group 3. Hey. This is the Black Moonstone group, and these are the oracles that you may or may not have watched as I shuffled in the early part of the video. They're just giving me a vibe about kind of where you are, what may have been going on, and what's coming in for you. What kind of healing energy. This is a very healing. This group has a lot of healing energy coming in. It's a beautiful thing. A lot of major life transformation stuff with the Phoenix, and I'll get into these more time into the reading. However, I will just say there you may be, or you may have been in an energy of not feeling worthy, an energy of rejection. And this is not just necessarily in a situation or some type of relationship. This feels like a deep, you know, with the orphan, a deep core wound, like wounding that maybe you are finally ready to sit with and heal, and open to healing. This California poppy, like really just trusting and being open. So I want to, you know, pull those in as we go along. But the first thing I'm going to do is use the smaller MUSE deck here to take a look at the dark cloud, the energy that sorry, don't flip on me, don't flip. Something tried to come out. If it comes out again, I'll take it, but I don't feel like I want to right now. Can you talk to me about group 3's darkness? The devil earning the center spot. Group 3's dark cloud. 2 of Pentacles. The Magician. 2 of 3's dark cloud. What? 2 of 3's dark cloud? Is that what I said? I have no idea why I said that. That's really bizarre. Queen of Cups. Two of 3's. I'm kind of hung up on that. Why did I say that? What a strange thing to say. Group 3's, 2 of 3's. I don't know. Talking about this dark energy, black moonstone group, the number 3. Tower. Yeah, heavy stuff here. Tower, devil, and magician. Queen of Cups, 2 of Pentacles. So, the feeling that I'm getting is, I mean, initially with the devil, it just really struck me as something that has had a hold on you, something that wouldn't let you go, obsessive thinking, self-limiting beliefs, which are also, this is good for healing that California poppy. Lots of self-doubt, the ego, like you know, just being really kind of tormented by something dark that resides probably internally. Core wounding, like I said. We have the Queen of Cups. You know, I get the feeling that, and here beside, excuse me, I just lost my breath, beside this tower, that there's been a disruption or something quite devastating at some point in your life, that may just be lingering, you know, like a lot of the readings, this is very like kind of immediate and recent. This feels like it could be, like I said, core wounding, like really much farther back. But either way, I feel like I'm dealing with an energy here that is, like I said, this feeling of rejectedness, of unworthiness, of love with strings attached, you know, and all the strings are cut and you're left there unattached. And this could be with anyone. This could be with a lover, or friend, a parent, child, family member, technically even a livelihood. At any rate, I just get the feeling that this is a heavy group, y'all. This is just great feelings of no return on your love, and this loneliness and this wantingness and this longing that is just, it feels cursed, to be quite honest with you. Like I get the sense that this is an energy of feeling cursed. So maybe you felt that way. This is very heavy. Very self-limited. Yeah, and that, like that idea that you actually are cursed, that things could never be right, that you could never be loved, that you're unlovable, that no one will ever receive your love, like any of these things. Heavy, 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 heavy. God, your dark cloud is no joke. And then, not that anybody's was. 2 of Pentacles, Magician. Like, this feeling that you can't get into balance. You can't make it all work. You can't hold it together. You can't figure it out. You know, that you don't have any power, that you don't, you know, you'll never see success. It'll never work. It'll never come together. Like, that everything that you've believed and everything you've wanted and wished for and tried to do is in vain. This is a super heavy, dark cloud energy. Holy moly. I'm just gonna build myself a little. Okay. If any of that felt potentially real, and I could go on, but I feel like if this is you, I've probably said enough that you know. So this is dark energy that you may be feeling or have been feeling recently. Super heavy. Sorry. I'm glad you're here, though, because I think this is just the reading for you. The two readings before this one were lovely. I'm so thrilled that I did this today. I felt really good about those, and I have a feeling, Phoenix, this is gonna be good too, okay? So hang on. Let's see the silver lining for you. Group 3, Black Moonstone. This heavy, heavy, heavy energy. We have a 5 of Voices, which is swords. Where do I want to put it? I'll just put it here. Because it's speaking to me about overcoming this feeling of being cursed. So we'll just keep going. And we have a 7 of Pentacles. I'll put this one here. Growth. Silver lining energy for 3. You got a moon. There's a moon on the on one of the others. Doesn't matter. Moon. Where do I want you? Let's go here. Another tower. Yes. All right. That's actually good. This is addressing this. And one last card. This is the King of Wands. I'm going to put it this way. Rarely get to do that with this funky deck. Do it like that. Okay. So, so we talked about this heavy energy. And now I want to look at the silver lining and see what's coming in or what's immediately happening with you. So like I said, this tower is, repeating up here. It's speaking about addressing it. The good news is this may have been a lot of bad news and a lot of heavy energy. The good news is you're dealing with it. And especially here under this orphan, in this core wounding that I was talking about with you, that's why this feeling of unlovability has recurred and been carried on, and it's going to be finally addressed. This 5 of Swords being conflicts, and I think I largely find this internal when so many times it's relational. I feel there's internal conflict, and this tower and this conflict that is finally going to be addressed. And this Valley card is talking about rest, pause, and stillness, and just having come through, having climbed the mountain, you know, and come back down, and you're exhausted, and you're in this beautiful valley, okay? And it's in this valley, there's so many, it's just fields of flowers, fields of growth and opportunity and expansion. You're safe there. You can rest there. Animals gather there. There's perhaps you know, a stream, you know, with crystal clear healing water. Like, this is just a place, and you can visualize a place like this as you go into to places within, you know. You can imagine these sorts of places inside yourself and just let yourself wander around in there and find messages there, find healing there. That's a lot of what like hypnosis and hypnotherapy does, is it really takes you on a visual, imaginative journey. And I think that for you, that could be very helpful. Perhaps hypnosis itself, hypnotherapy would be helpful for you. But I encourage you to indulge in your, let your mind wander, you know, your awake mind. Dreams can be affected by so much subconscious stuff. There can be messages and there can be truth in there, but there can also be so much fear and shadow taking over in dreams, and symbology isn't across the board. Sometimes it means different things to different people. The interpretation has to do with is relative to your experience with that thing. So it's hard to, I think, always analyze dreams, but your awake imagination is certainly a place where you can wander off into the valley and chill and like take a breath and smell the flowers and look around and watch the butterflies and just relax and heal yourself. There's a great feeling here of the need for you to really take a break, and to also know that it's essential for your recovery, you know, from the things that have been heavy. Because I think you're probably becoming aware that this healing needs to happen. That's what this moon is. It's just the awareness and the clarity and the hidden being revealed here. We have you being able to, you know, see yourself. You're this little person inside, you know, like screaming and crying or kicking and like really just needing this orphan. You're like this little you inside yourself, like just dying to get out and wanting relief and wanting peace and comfort. And I see, you know, this is an investment, this willingness to move into that space and to take a look from deep within, and maybe retrace your steps and really like think about what you've come through. And like I said, this just feels so much farther back than anything recent. Something recent may have triggered it, you know, made you go into obsessive thinking. But the reason that is something farther back, I think. And your willingness and openness to see everything that has been affecting you, you know, possibly repressed memories, possibly lies that have been told to you, possibly for years and years and years, about who you are and who significant figures in your life are. This is heavy and specific. There's, for you though, a tremendous amount of healing in the act of even beginning to invest in this in yourself this way, to embark on this journey, this willingness that you have to finally realize that you are carrying a lot that needs to be looked at, that needs to be, this conflict, this tower that needs to be cleared up, that needs to be settled, that needs to be closed out. Phoenix energy for you, you know, the phoenix rises from utter destruction. This is this great, glorious bird, winged creature that comes from the ashes of what was. So you have for yourself an ultimate rebirth upon you. That is good news, you know? Anything, all this heavy energy, we're looking at the silver lining. Like, we're looking at what you have to look forward to, the Six of Swords. We're looking at, you know, energy available to you to change all this and to make that better. And for you, you know, to receive the phoenix, you are absolutely prime to rise, you know. The California poppy talks about joy and just being happy again, if ever, maybe for the first time. Maybe you feel like, I feel like some people feel like they've never really been happy, like not even as a child, like you weren't even a happy child possibly, and there's just a darkness and a heaviness and this cursed feeling and this unworthy feeling. And I think that, you know, for you, the healing energy that is available for you, I mean, all kinds of more than this, certainly. A lot of what is available to you, California Poppy talks about, you know, rejuvenation and newness and renewal, which is absolutely what this is. The fact that these two landed beside each other, I don't know, everything. I love everything today. You know, you can embrace a new life and a new way of being and a new sense of self. These self-limiting beliefs that I believe you have had, that's over here. This recurrent obsessive thinking, this internal conflict that tells you you're not enough and that tells you you'll never have, you know, what you want, that has met its match in you at this point in your life and at this stage in your spiritual growth. The King of Wands, that's the energy available to you right now. This is the leader. This is the King of Wands always makes me think of Leo energy, and it's kind of sexy, and it's very it's kind of sweet, but it's a very charismatic power, you know? It's kind of like, it's like the power to sway, you know, minds and feelings and thoughts. Like it's a power, it's a charisma, it's a seduction, it's an alluring quality, it's intelligence, it's regality, and it doesn't just talk about doing, it doesn't just know about doing, it actually does. This is in this deck called the MUSE, which I think is a beautiful concept. You know, it's equivalent to a king in traditional tarot. I love that it's the MUSE. This is the one who, you know, this is the spark. This is the renewal. This is the energy coming in of you holding the fire, wielding, you know, the grace and the fire. So some of the messages or words that I hear when I'm telling you this, there are a couple of things related to a couple of writers that you may know, that I know. One is Bukowski, and it's it matters how well you walk through the fire. And then the other is Harry Crews, who's a fantastic favorite writer of mine. And I've watched it 100 times, this video of him in an interview talking about you can't be afraid. He's talking about writing and, you know, all these throwing 300 pages in the fire. You know, I'm a writer, so I relate to this sort of idea of like just scrapping your work. And I think that that's coming through for me here, because I feel like for you, there's such a feeling here of you needing to be able to embrace and being supported in your decision to embrace absolute scrapping the past, scrapping it, like throwing it in the fire and starting absolutely over. And it can be so scary to start over, especially if you have self-limiting beliefs in your tool bag, you know, especially if you have dark energy that has told you for so long that you're unworthy. And I would like to, I think, look at, in the last portion of your reading, the last two were each different from each other. I used different decks and I'm just going on a vibe. What I would like to look at for you is really this transition and this healing for you. What it is, you know, because this feels like a big endeavor. And I think that you're going to need some help. I don't think you should do this alone. I think you can use several modalities to do this. I think it's important because I'm not going to just sit here and say in a general reading that you have a curse you need to lift, but you may feel as though you do. And I don't think you do. It's just core wounding, like I'm talking about. It's just self-limiting beliefs. And you can't just read one book and be done and be healed. And you can't just have one session of therapy and have it fixed. This is deep, this is heavy. But, you know, it's work that you are probably ready to do. You're ready to invest in yourself. You're ready to look at the truth. You're ready to find it and deal with it. And you're ready to face this conflict and this destruction that seems to live inside of you and recur and fuck you up, right? You're ready to be a phoenix. You're ready to rise. You're ready to heal. You're ready to begin. You can go back to being a child in your mind and your imagination and find small pleasures, you know, find inspiration. So for you, for the last part, which deck, what do I want to do? Well, I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm trying to decide what I should use. Apologize for this. I'm just being organic. Moving through this organically. Okay. Let's use this Heart's Eye Oracle for you. Because I think your heart and your vision are involved here. Your clarity, your awareness, and your truth, you know. I just want to get some messages here about how group 3 can move through this transition. Can let the negative fall away and embrace the true new vitality. So group 3 in this black moonstone. Need to know. Sanctuary. I'm going to put this by the valley. Find your sacred spaces. If you don't know where they are, you probably know where some are, and spend time in them. Go into environments that are soothing for you. It could be as simple as a hot bath in your own bathtub. It could be a walk in the park. It could be a drive out to the country. It could be someone else's house that you love, that feels comfortable. Wherever you find sanctuary and guidance, wisdom, I get. You know, I just pictured like a table with like an older lady, maybe grandmother type, great-grandmother type, screen door, sitting at the table, talking. Comfort, wisdom, guidance in your sanctuary. You owe it to yourself to create and or visit these places in your mind and in your physical body. What else can group 3 do? In this transition? Thankful. It's okay to feel gratitude for the beautiful parts of yourself. You may try to suppress that. You may not believe that you have that. But I think you just haven't necessarily felt like you were allowed to feel deserving or beautiful. So I think an important thing for you would be to allow yourself to, it's kind of equivalent to like not being able to take a compliment, right? Take the compliment. If you're somebody who's had a hard time receiving compliments because your value feels diminished by experiences that you've had, take the compliment. Allow yourself to be seen for your beautiful self, and allow yourself to see it too. In your new eyes, in your new risen, reincarnated version of yourself, your new you're going to see more about yourself that is amazing. What else does group 3 need to know about this transition? Rest. That's Valley 2 as well, right? I'm going to put it here. Rest is important. It feels so similar to sanctuary to me. It seems really important. Rest, I'm going to say, is as much about self-care, the key word that we hear all the time. Don't feel pressured or rushed to become this new version of yourself. Take it at your own pace. And when it gets exhausting, the work of healing, take a day. You don't have to constantly be thinking about it, talking about it, living it, doing it. It's okay. It's okay to not do anything. It's okay to do absolutely nothing when that's what you need. And maybe you haven't felt like you could do that. Maybe you haven't felt like you could do what you just need to do. One more for group 3 about this transition. Vision. Excellent. Yes. I mean, there you go. You're gonna see the way. You're gonna have the vision. You're gonna have goals again, or new goals, or you're gonna be able to see your way. You're gonna see the reality of what has been. You'll be able to see how to release the suffering. How to rise, how to savor your experience here, rather than having spent, however much time in energy you might not have wanted to be in. Like, you are going to be able to see your gifts. You're going to be able to see a deep acceptance energy of what, of who you really are. And I guess the last thing I'm feeling is that anything along the way that stifled or stunted your growth or held you back, repressed you from being everything you were meant to be. It's hard sometimes in life to feel like possibly years were taken from us, but you still have life ahead of you. As long as you're alive, right? There's something. So being able to see yourself in a more loving light and see your life in a more I don't know how to say, like a more deserving, worthy way is coming for you. And you deserve that. And that's all. I'm just going to leave this. And I wish you the absolute best. See you next time.